He was the only obstacle in my way.
Recently, we made a video in honor of DC's Black Adam movie, listing the 12 strongest superheroes that Black Adam has defeated, which I'm sure you've all already seen. Right? Here's the thing about Black Adam. With him being an iconic anti-villain, he has not only fought a bunch of heroes, but a plethora of villains as well. Making decisions based on good and bad is not something that he's really a fan of. Rather, he chooses to use his own form of dark justice, meaning that not only superheroes, but supervillains can get in his way as well. With that being said, join me as we take a look at some of the strongest villains that Black Adam has defeated. Let's go ahead and dive right into it.
Gracias.
Dr. Harleen Quinzel, former psychiatrist turned clown princess of crime after falling in love with the Joker, would become known simply as Harley Quinn. Originally and famously created and first seen in the Batman animated series, Harley Quinn would then be translated into DC Comics before becoming one of the most iconic criminals and anti-heroes in comic book history. Although she is not technically superpowered, Harley's intense insanity provides her with an above-average pain tolerance and exceptional psychological toughness. Furthermore, she is immune to most poisons and toxins, including Joker's venom or laughing gas, as well as Poison Ivy's touch. However, Quinn's psychotic physiology would prove to be no match for Black Adam. As seen in the video game comic book tie-in Injustice Ground Zero number 11, Harley Quinn met her match in Adam after beating up a few superheroes on her own. With Black Adam essentially play fighting with Harley Quinn, he would flicker away like a bug before she retaliated with a swift kick to his face. This enraged Teth-Adam, who would then unleash on Harley Quinn, smashing her into the ground with all of his fury. Do you think that we'll see Harley Quinn and Black Adam cross paths in the DCEU now that they have both appeared on screen?
Relax. No one knows we're here.
Let us know in the comments below. Jeffrey Franklin Burr, better known as KOBRA, was the leader of the Cult of the Cobra, and a military tactician with the goal of world domination. His twin brother, Jason Burr, also a global terrorist known as KOBRA, shares a telepathic link with his sibling. You could not hurt one without hurting the other, until Jeffrey had a device created to shut the link off and then had his brother killed. Considered the most deadly man on Earth, KOBRA is vile and vain. During Black Adam's time with the Justice Society of America, he and Atom Smasher would not see eye to eye. However, when KOBRA and his cult were proven responsible for the death of Atom Smasher's mother, he and Black Adam put their differences aside and hunted KOBRA down. Locating the supervillain, Teth-Adam would earn Atom Smasher's unwavering loyalty by punching KOBRA's heart clean through his chest. Now that is pretty freaking gruesome. TERRA Markov, or simply Terra, just spelled differently, was a sly double agent who Deathstroke used to infiltrate the Teen Titans. The illegitimate child of crime lord and king of Markovia, Victor Markov, Terra became a mercenary very young in life and enjoyed doing dirty work. After staging a battle against Deathstroke, Terra tricked the Teen Titans and joined their ranks. Although she has shown acts of heroics, she is always a double agent and should not be fully trusted. During the events of World War III, Black Adam absolutely lost his mind with anger and rampaged across the planet, requiring all of Earth's heroes to team up in an effort to stop the enraged Atom. While battling with the Doom Patrol, Teen Titans, Justice League, and Justice Society for seemingly days on end, Black Adam was only able to isolate and kill a few of the heroes in the process, Terra being one of them. With one punch, Adam plunged his fist through Terra's chest and back, ending her entirely. This version of Terra was from another universe and was a heroine as far as we could tell. However, her nefarious nature may have still been in there somewhere, and therefore, Terra makes actually both of the lists. A member of the secret society of supervillains, Tobias Manning was a corporate executive turned eco-terrorist. Dubbing himself TERRA-MAN, with no relation to the Terra previously mentioned on our list, TERRA-MAN is somewhat of a Wild West character, donning a modern cowboy outfit and high-tech rockets that he rides like a steed. TERRA-MAN seems like he's straight out of a futuristic Old Western parody movie. After unsuccessfully hijacking a plane and fearing the consequences of the law, TERRA-MAN attempted to escape and seek refuge in Kahndaq, figuring since Black Adam was a member of the secret society that he would grant his fellow villain amnesty. That was yet another stupid mistake, as Black Adam held a press conference stating to the world that he and his nation would not tolerate terrorism of any kind. Adam then shockingly and terrifyingly ripped TERRA-MAN in half live on TV, making a statement to the whole world about his principles and beliefs. Do you think they captured Black Adam's brutal nature and beliefs in the movie, or could they have gone even darker? Roger Hayden is the Psycho Pirate, a dastardly villain that can control people's emotions using the Medusa mask. With DC's chaotic and hard to keep track of official continuity, Psycho Pirate remains one of the very few characters that remembers all versions of reality. In fact, Psycho Pirate was the only person who understood how the multiple universes were built, destroyed, forgotten, and rebuilt once more. During the events of Infinity Crisis, Black Adam aligned himself with the secret society of supervillains. Assembled by the billionaire madman Lex Luthor, the secret society was looking to recruit Black Adam, and knew that Psycho Pirate was the best way to manipulate him. Eventually being exposed, Psycho Pirate would meet his demise in one of the most painful and horrific ways imaginable. Black Adam simply flew over to the pirate and stuck both of his fingers right through the Medusa mask and into Psycho's eye sockets, penetrating his skull. Gross. Aktun was a priest who lived in ancient Egypt and was empowered when an architect gifted to him the Orb of Ra. Hoping Aktun would use the artifact for peace, the architect would be thoroughly let down as the high priest became intoxicated with power. Fashioned using a fragment of a meteorite, the orb's radioactive properties transformed Aktun into METAMORPHO, a being with unique physiology, capable of metamorphosis, molecular reconstruction, and elasticity. METAMORPHO dominated and ruled over Egypt with an iron fist before ravaging Kahndaq. Terminating Black Adam's entire family, METAMORPHO would pay for this with his life, as Adam would snap the supervillain's neck and spiral into a dark path of fatal justice on his own. Gee, that sounds weirdly familiar. The Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse were foretold in the Bible of Crime, a religious text that teaches dark faith, and were genetically created monstrosities designed to target Teth-Adam and his family. The members are as follows: Yurd the Unknown, Azraeus the Silent King, ZORRM the Desolate, and ROGGA of the Seven Atrocities, representing famine, death, pestilence, and war respectively. This entry on our list will focus on the latter two horsemen. ZORRM can possess various host bodies, but requires an invitation by the vessel to do so. He tries to have gas tanks attached to him used for carrying various diseases. ROGGA and the other two horsemen can also possess physical hosts, requiring an invitation to do so. However, ROGGA can manipulate aggression within others. He can even make people fight and destroy each other without lifting a finger. During the events of 2007's 52 number 44, ZORRM and ROGGA, along with their brothers, spread famine and disease across Kahndaq, effectively terminating Teth-Adam's family. Big, huge, just plain old stupid mistake. In a vengeful rage, Black Adam decimated the Four Horsemen, taking out both ZORRM and ROGGA easily and swiftly. 2 down, 2 to go. Yurd the Unknown is the fourth horseman of the apocalypse, famine, and posed as SOBEK the Talking Crocodile in order to gain the trust of the Black Marvel family. Once Yurd's, or SOBEK's, true nature finally revealed itself, his presence caused great turmoil and starvation across all of Kahndaq. Betraying the Black Marvel family, SOBEK savagely attacked Osiris, snapping him in half with a massive bite, and was even able to fend off Isis easily. Black Adam would confront Yurd and the other four horsemen before grabbing the crocodile by the jaws and effectively hyperextending them opposite ways, nearly ripping Famine in half. You know, doing the old King Kong on him. At some point, Black Adam even skinned SOBEK's body, fashioning his hide into a pair of boots. Ultimately, Yurd the Unknown would be resurrected inside of a new vessel, as SOBEK was merely the body containing the essence of famine. With that being said, if the two were to square off again, I'm not so sure the outcome would be all that different. Before we move on with our list, hear me out. SOBEK the Crocodile versus Alligator Loki. That would be awesome. You're welcome. As mentioned in the previous two entries, Black Adam ripped through the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse both figuratively and literally. Azraeus was the avatar of death, and because of this was naturally more powerful than his brothers. As the deadlier a battle gets, the stronger this entity does as well. Once Black Adam destroyed Death's 3 siblings, the two would square off in a mighty back and forth fight. The bout was tough, and the two combatants were able to fend each other off, resulting in Death making his escape. Eventually tracking Azraeus down, Black Adam slaughtered every single civilian in sight simply to prove a point. All the death caused by Adam would unfortunately charge Azraeus up, reaching his most powerful form. However, Death was still no match for an incensed Teth-Adam, who happily disposed of the fourth and final horseman. Should the DCEU explore Four Horsemen themes in their movies, or did Marvel and Fox play that out with X-Men Apocalypse? Let me know what you think. DARKSEID is the sadistic and tyrannical ruler of the nightmare world called Apocalypse, and is one of the DC Universe's most evil and redoubtable villains in its illustrious history. Darkseid is a conceptual being that exists in an alternate realm called the Fourth World. Incapable of stopping until he conquers all of creation across the multiverse, Darkseid also seeks out the anti-life equation, a transcendental mathematical formula allowing those who know it to dominate the will of any sentient race. As seen in the 2022 comic book Black Adam #1, it is revealed that the God of Tyranny and Teth-Adam recently had an epic tussle. Although the fight started out fairly evenly, Black Adam began running away with the bout, putting it on Darkseid with brutal punches and energy blasts. However, and this is a big however, the entity Black Adam was fighting was not actually the real Darkseid. Fellow sadist, henchman, and chief torturer at the behest of Darkseid, the mad scientist Desaad created a powerful replica of his master in order to distract Black Adam. At the time it was believed to be the real Darkseid, however that proved to be untrue and it is still unclear exactly who or what Adam was duking it out with. Maybe if there's ever a continuation of the Snyder Cut, we'll get a chance to see Black Adam lay the smackdown on Darkseid proper. I'd watch that. Brutus is an alien invader from another dimension and is a relatively new character in DC Comics. Not only is Brutus incredibly strong and capable of flight, but he also possesses the abilities in energy projection and interdimensional travel. You know, your usual grab bag of stuff. In the comics, Brutus looks rather demonic, with giant horns and sharp teeth. However, in the short-lived CW DC series Naomi, Brutus just kinda looked like a random wizard guy. Originally encountering Black Adam and Kahndaq while attempting to invade the Egyptian land, Brutus would not get too far as Adam proved himself a worthy opponent. After the two went toe-to-toe with Black Adam holding his own for the most part, the Justice League would arrive and offer to help Adam dispatch Brutus. They also offered Adam a position among the JL ranks for heroically defending his homeland. Teth-Adam reluctantly accepted and the heroes vanquished him in a team effort. Brutus would return and battle the entire Justice League head-on once more, and ultimately the heroine Naomi and her newfound powers would be responsible for stopping Brutus once and for all. Although a newer character as far as the comics are concerned, I could see Brutus showing up in a Black Adam sequel, or even the next Justice League if there ever is one. The warlord ruler of War World and often foe of Superman, MONGUL is a tyrant and has an ever-expanding family tree. In fact, we've encountered so many versions of MONGUL or Mongols throughout DC comic history, it can often be hard to keep track of which one is which, and who you're really dealing with at any particular moment. Mongol, Mongol Jr., Mongol II, all the way through Mongol MDCCXCI, which is Roman numerals for 1791st. There have been many battles between these father and son baddies and the heroes of Earth. Focusing in on one particular instance from 2016 Sinestro number 19, Black Adam had recently joined the Sinestro Corps, donning a yellow lantern ring of his own, which endowed him with near unrivaled power. Mongul, a former member of the Sinestro Corps himself, would throw down with Adam in a back-and-forth tussle involving energy blasts and all that good stuff. Ultimately, Black Adam would punch the warlord around space, noting how formidable Mongul really was. Mongul II is my personal favorite. Which one's yours? Kel-Massa is the last survivor of his world and was cast out as a pariah into the multiverse. Pariah. Get it? That's his superhero name. On his homeworld, Massa was one of the most gifted and brilliant scientists to have ever lived. In an attempt to unlock the mysteries of the universe, Massa locked himself inside of an antimatter chamber, hoping to witness the creation at the dawn of time. Instead, he witnessed his world's destruction was transformed into the Pariah. Blaming himself for the destruction of his universe, Pariah also involuntarily travels from one alternate Earth to another, and is forced to witness their inevitable demise. Aligning himself with the Great Darkness during 2022's Death of the Justice League, Pariah was able to defeat the entire Justice League with a devastating energy blast. Black Adam would wind up being the sole survivor of the assault and was even able to stay conscious long enough to summon a bolt of lightning, knocking Pariah unconscious, sending Adam back to his own homeworld. The evil version of Superman from Earth 3 and leader of the Crime Society or Crime Syndicate, ULTRAMAN is an ultra-powerful supervillain. Though last son of Krypton from Earth 3, ULTRAMAN possesses seemingly indistinguishable powers and abilities from his heroic counterpart. Interestingly enough, it has been said that even though they are virtually identical, ULTRAMAN is not nearly Superman's most formidable counterpart, which is terrifying when you really stop and think about it. Nonetheless, ULTRAMAN and his crime syndicate would attempt to invade Earth and conquer the Justice League on a couple of occasions, actually. During their first encounter, after a back-and-forth scrap, ULTRAMAN would ultimately get a hold of Black Adam's face, crushing his jaw with one hand. After taking time to recover, Black Adam would rally the Justice League behind him and later convince his frenemy Sinestro to join the war. Teth-Adam, Superman, and the other Justice League members would then defeat Ultraman and the Crime Society, sending them packing once more. I, for one, am dying to one day see a Henry Cavill-led Superman movie where he, Shazam, and Black Adam have to team up to fight against Ultraman, Bizarro, and the next entry on our list, all played by the same guy, presumably. Kal-El, the Superboy, and later Superman of Earth Prime, is a cynical reflection of the OG Superman, coming from a world where he is the only superhero in existence, with more or less the same backstory as OG Superman, except for being teleported to Earth and ending up in New England, and how his powers were actually activated the first time. SUPERBOY-PRIME is one of the most powerful and compelling Supermen across the entire DC multiverse. Imbued with magical energy by Shazam on Prime Earth, SUPERBOY-PRIME can use his own weaknesses as a weapon, and because of this he has even beaten up OG Superman before, but that's a story for another video. When the aforementioned Earth Prime was destroyed by the Anti-Monitor, SUPERBOY-PRIME tried to win it back by shattering the Source Wall in an effort to alter reality. Consumed by anger, Superboy went on an interstellar rampage across the multiverse, killing multiple heroes in the process. It would take the combined efforts of sworn enemies Black Adam and Shazam to defeat the obsessive tyrant. Putting their differences aside, Adam and Shazam worked together and stopped SUPERBOY-PRIME, something that no one hero could do on their own. And that's our list. Did we leave anybody out? How did you like the Black Adam movie? Let us know in the comments below, and be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons, and don't forget to enable notifications so you don't miss one moment of Kahndakian comic content.